You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters, we're going to talk about an incident that happened down in Conroe, Texas. Now, that's Montgomery County, and I'm in Texas, and that's not that far away from me, and certainly not very far from John Matrix. And this is normally something I think we would expect in a larger, more urban, more democratic, and I'm just keeping it real, democratic city, usually with a Democratic mayor. But no, this is a very Republican county that this happened in. Over 70% voted for Greg Abbott, and I hope law enforcement in this county, there's one of these teens that's 17 years old, and man, I hope this person is prosecuted as an adult for what is a very heinous incident that happened to a basketball coach. In fact, their basketball coach. Why? Because he chose to bench them, or bench one of them. His older brother jumped in or got involved here, and it became a very nasty situation. And we're going to take a look. This is the New York Post. High school basketball player, older brother beat up coach after a game for getting benched. He got benched in a game, and they beat the crap out of his own coach. It's crazy. It is crazy. Some of the lack of coping skills out of some of these younger people is just unbelievable. Not to mention whoever their adult parental figures are have obviously shit the bed when it comes to holding people accountable and them being able to cope with not getting things their way. Let's just keep it real. You didn't get your way, so you got mad and you beat up your coach. You assaulted your coach. It's ridiculous. A Texas high school basketball player attacked his coach in a parking lot after he was benched for unsportsmanlike conduct, you think, during a game earlier that night. So in other words, you know me, I'm going to be real, probably acting like a thug out on the court, and he got benched over it. And, well, they took that to the parking lot like this was the club or something, and this was high school basketball. Jevin Allen and his brother Jarek Allen, 22, the younger brother's 17, the older brother's 22, who also allegedly participated in the beating, were arrested December 5th for the assault that left their coach with injuries to his head, neck, face, and arms, authorities said. Wow. The coach, who was not identified by name, told Montgomery County Sheriff's Office that Jevin was benched during the game, quote, due to his behavior towards an opposing team player. A disciplinary action that, quote, infuriated the teen and his family. Well, what did I just say about parental units that probably have failed royally? So the whole damn family's acting like a bunch of thugs. Gotcha. Upon returning to their school, Willis High School in Conroe, Texas, at around 9:52 p.m. after the game, the coach found the teen and his family were waiting for him in the parking lot, authorities said. So the family was waiting to confront the coach. Wow. The relatives confronted the coach, and the fight escalated when Jevin allegedly punched him in the face, the sheriff's office said. His brother immediately joined in, with the two pummeling the victim until another coach and several bystanders stepped in to break up the fracas, authorities said. That's crazy. Both suspects ran off after the attack, police said. Of course they did. After reviewing surveillance footage and speaking to witnesses, deputies found and arrested the brothers, who were charged with assault on a public servant. That's going to be interesting to see what kind of punishment there is because that is a school official being a coach. I don't know if that comes with a harsher sentence. I guess we'll have to wait and see. They were released from Montgomery County Jail after posting a $23,000 bond each. The coach is recovering from injuries, and Jevin is no longer enrolled at the school. According to the statement, the district provided KHOU. Good. So I guess the school kicked him out. That's good. The investigation is ongoing, but we determined that the student's address was no longer valid. So he has been withdrawn from the district. We are deeply saddened by this incident and will not tolerate this behavior from students, they said in the statement. Well, at least the school took a hardline stance on it, so maybe this kid shouldn't have been going to this school to begin with. Maybe he doesn't even live there. So I guess he was not pulled out because of the incident, although it does say we will not tolerate this behavior. But his address wasn't even valid. So, God, that's crazy. Conroe is a mid-sized city of about 95,000 residents. Yeah, it's up north of Houston, about 40 miles. And, Houston does see a lot of violence up there. In the urban areas of Houston, they have a lot of violence. It's certainly still, even at that rate, those are blue cities, but it's still not anything like you ever see from a Chicago or Philadelphia, a New Orleans, which at one point last year, I don't know if they still are, is the murder capital of the world based on population size. But you do see a lot of violence, and I went and looked it up. I could not see if the mayor himself was red, if he was a conservative or conservative-leaning, but the county certainly is. And it sounds like the school is not going to put up with this. You may be asking, well, why have you brought up politics in there? Well, there's an issue of, is this going to be appropriately prosecuted? That's why it's brought up, and that's why it's an issue. And I think sometimes in some of these other cities, people will do things knowing that they're not going to be held that accountable. Let's be real. New York, Chicago, some of these other places, they're not going to get the strong arm of the law put down on them. And I'm hoping and I'm assuming, but again, I'm just assuming that the 17-year-old will catch a case, the same case an adult will. I would guess he would, but I'm just speculating there. I would hope he would. And the parents, whoever. That's ridiculous. The whole family showed up really and truly to beat the crap out of this basketball coach because one of their kids don't know how to act right on the court. You guys remember the video that we did of the girl that got beat down and her mother ordered it? That's the same kind of thing. Wow. What great parental figures you have. These kids have no chance from the very beginning because their parents or their parental figures are worthless as they are. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.